Did you really think a nigger could accuse me, a white man, of anything at all?
Enslavement is fundamentally the history of commodifying human beings. That's what it is. It's about saying that your value can be reduced to a price. It's important for us to remember that enslaved people lived their lives in families because it reminds us of the ways that they were opposing their commodification. Historians and scholars use the term fictive kin, the creation of family ties in order to replace the family ties that have been so brutally wrenched from you. And I think that those are really the foundation for what we come to know about Afro-American cultural and historical life under slavery.
Yo, ornery, Mandinka ways, they done started to rub off on me.
I don't think we can really know what it meant to live under the constant fear that you might be sold away from your family. Slavery imposed a very particular experience of trauma. Sometimes it reached right into your cabin and wrenched you out of it.
I want to read you something, sisters, because just like slavery was a plan, so wasn't our present condition to be a plan. They never intended for this black man to ever rule again when they brought him to the shores of America. See, a lot of people want to think that Muslims are racist. We're not racist, we're just telling it like it is. We're giving you the facts, and you can go research it for yourself. This is a scientist, the white man is a scientist that we are dealing with. So, if he's a scientist, he had a plan when he brought you to America. I want to read you something. It's called Breaking the Black Woman, or the African Woman. It says, take the female, run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way because she is the most important factor for good economics. If she shows any sign of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of B out of her. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so you spoil good economics. When in complete submission, she will train her offspring in the early years to submit to labor when they become of age. Understanding is the best thing. Therefore, we shall go deeper into this area of a subject matter concerning what we have produced here in this breaking process of a female nigger. We have reversed the relationships. In her natural uncivilized state, she would have a strong dependency on the uncivilized nigger male, and she would have a limited protective tendency toward her independent male offspring, and would raise the female offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided for this type of balance. We reverse nature by burning and pulling one civilized nigger apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence. By her being left alone unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from her psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reversed roles. For fear of the young male's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent but physically strong. Because she has become psychologically independent, she will train her female offsprings to be psychologically independent. What have you got? You've got the nigger woman out front and the man behind and scared. This is a perfect situation for sound sleep and economics. I did not write this book. This is from Willie Lynch, who was a slave owner and was teaching other slave owners how to control the slaves and how to break them. And the process is still going on. Who's working? The female. Is she out in the front? Who's at home? The male. What happens when the female is out there working? Your femininity starts to leave you, doesn't it? Because now I'm the breadwinner. You the man, you don't make no money. So you'll hear your woman say, I pay the cost to be the boss. You can't tell me nothing because I make more money than you. This is beating you down more. Who provides the jobs for black people? The slave master. He can decide who's going to work and who's not going to work. So he's chosen the black woman to work, but we think we have arrived. Somehow we have misinterpreted that. We think because we got the jobs and we the money, we all that. It's a false sense of power. And we strutting our power around in front of our men, making them pull back from us. And we wondering why our men are crossing over Chinese, white woman, anything that shows femininity. This is a wicked thing that white people are doing, and we have not yet seen it in its fullness. Black women don't know that we're just being completely torn apart and broken down. So we will not have no appeal to this man. He doesn't want another man in the bedroom with him. It's role reversal. So now you're working hard. You start feeling like a man. And when you start feeling like a man, all of a sudden you don't need this man that God gave you. You role reverse and you go get a woman. They seeded you for lesbianism. You never chose it. They have been grooming you for over 400 years. So that when you finally make a choice, you will choose to be the man. And you will take up with a woman. And they make you think that you made this choice on your own. You did not make that choice. They've been grooming you for over 400 years. If the white man needed something, who Who had to go ask for it? The black woman. You better not send John, because John is going to come back empty-handed. Send me your woman if you need something. Let her represent the family. And who is representing the family today? Black women. Even when you are bad and down on your luck, you can't even go and get assistance, public assistance, unless the man is out of the house. You got to go poor mouthing and say you don't have a man in your house in order for Uncle Sam to give you a little bit of money. Am I telling the truth? What is that? That's breaking the family down even further. Now the black man, he goes and he tries to go out and get a job. Some of them got more degrees than you have. You with no degree can come back with a job. He can't come back with nothing. I want to show this to you sisters so that we can relook and rethink our choices, because we are being plotted on. So we're throwing away good men because we think that they don't have the ability or the intelligence to make what we make. If the white man would give them the job, you would see something in your man. But he's not to make him a man. When he brought him to the shores, he gave them the name boy. He called him boy. How can someone always call you boy if he never expected you to be a man? He knew he was not going to give you anything to make you a man. That's why Master Farad Muhammad had to come to America. And he had to raise one from among us, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a Georgia-born man. Sandusville, Georgia. Raised him up. His father was Baptist. He had a spiritual background. See, we don't get titles mixed up. We don't let titles separate us. I'm a Baptist, I'm a Muslim, I'm a this. God is righteousness. Raised up a man among us to teach black men that who the white man was and is. It was important that you knew that teaching so you would not expect anything more from the slave master. And then he gave you an order. Get up and do for self. The white man is never going to make you his equal. But that's all right. God gave you a brain. He made you in his image and in his likeness. He has the power to say be, and it is. And he has given you the same power. You just have to reconnect yourself to the Creator so that your hands will begin to create and fashion a world of righteousness. We have not seen your world yet. It is still locked up in your brain, frustrated, trying to get out. Let it out, black man. I never met a woman who met God who would not bow. And I don't know any woman who has a man that is following God, that has connected himself with God and is striving to do right, that she would not also bow. But if you let us connect ourselves to God, and you won't come. See, if we connect ourselves with God, we have supreme wisdom. And we cannot bow to foolishness once we have supreme wisdom. So there's always going to be a house full of confusion if one is submitting herself to God and the other one is still out there playing in Satan's world. You have a great future, but you got to want it. There's been a lot of money spent in keeping the black man down. This woman here is your rise. As long as the white man has her, you can't go no place. That's right, brother. We at war. Trying to get your woman back. But the key, the minister already told us last week. Connect yourself with the Creator. Align yourself with God. And if you align yourself with God, then you'll get her back. She is made for you. She has suffered with you in America. She was there at the tree when you were being lynched in Georgia. It was her tears and her cry that you heard when you were being destroyed. She was there in the holes of the ship with you. This black woman, she was there beside you, taking the whiplash, just like you was taking the whiplash. She was there on the farms, picking the cotton with you. She knows your pain. She knows what they did to you. So I dare you go and find another woman. After this woman went through it too, how painful was it for us to watch you be stripped of your manhood? And how painful is it now that when we look out, we don't see righteous men. We see destroyed black men. And it is our prayer every day that God restore you, because we're tired of being manless. And the real fact is, we don't want no other man. We want the black man. I know you are the man for me, because God made you my mate. How can I trust that he knew what he was doing when he made the heavens and the earth? He made the bees and the birds. He made the flowers and the trees. But when it gets to you, I doubt. We have been destroyed for the lack of knowledge. But if we enter, or let God enter back into our lives, we can start building, rebuilding ourselves, male and female. It looks like nothing happened to your woman, but trust me, anytime you go through role reversal, you know what it takes? If you were made to be one thing and someone turns you into something else, then we got to work doubly hard to try to be that feminine side that you've been looking for, but we've been made so masculine because we've been out in the forefront because they wouldn't let you get in the front. Even if you had wisdom and knowledge, they didn't put you in the front. So by him having a grip on the woman, he had a grip on you. And that's why I say, sisters, we cannot be bamboozled like we making some real success because we bringing home this big paycheck. At what expense? The expense of your family. See, you're the base. When someone dismantles the base, they can come in and conquer. See, God had you on that base, sister, and you were supposed to be that strong foundation on that base. So the white man says, no, I'm going to take her off that base, pull her out into the world. Then she going to leave the base unguarded. And then I can get in there and do the work with the children. So now while you out there making these 6 figures, your children are taking drugs, having babies, learning about sex. Now you got to get your son out of jail. You got to spend money for counseling because all kind of crazy stuff has gone on while you left your base for the dollars. So they're working on us. And that's why the minister is talking about family and hold on to your family. Stop divorcing. Start counseling. See if you can save it. See if you can save your family. That is the first base, is family. As long as they can keep us disconnected and divorcing, we can never build a nation. Family comes first, then comes the nation. You are a powerful man that they would want to do this to you to keep you down. But I don't want you to get comfortable in being down. It's time to get up. You got to get up. The women are tired now. We are tired. But we could become re-energized if we see you taking the challenge. In 1995, at the Million Man March, I'd like to read some things to you, brothers, that you said. That you said under oath to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I pledge that from this day forward, I will strive to love my brother as I love myself. I, say your name is what he would say. From this day forward, will strive to improve myself spiritually, morally, mentally, socially, politically, and economically for the benefit of myself, my family, and my people. I, say your name, pledge that I will strive to build business, build houses, build hospitals, build factories, and enter into international trade for the good of myself, my family, and my people. I pledge that from this day forward, I will never raise my hand with a knife or a gun to beat, cut, or shoot any member of my family or any human being except in self-defense. I, say your name, pledge from this day forward, I will never abuse my wife by striking her, disrespecting her, for she is the mother of my children and the producer of my future. I, say your name, pledge that from this day forward, I will never engage in the abuse of children, little boys or little girls for sexual gratification, for I will let them grow in peace to be strong men and women for the future of our people. I will never again use the B word to describe any female, but particularly my own black sister. I, say your name, pledge from this day forward that I will not poison my body with drugs or that which is destructive to my health and my well-being. I pledge for this day forward, I will support black newspapers, black radio, black television. I will support black artists who clean up their acts to show respect for themselves and respect for their people and respect for the ears of the human family. I will do all of this, so help me God. I just wanted to read that to remind the black man what he had pledged. In our book says, "My word is bond, and bond is life, and I will give my life before my word shall fail." We have to be found doing what we pledged. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when he devised this pledge, it was laying the base for family structure and also a civilizing force that would allow you to be received well in international government, in other parts of the world. You can't start with them first and your home base is not in order. So he's saying, get on your home base. Get your wife back. If you've been having a girlfriend for 20 years and you don't know if you're going to marry her, give me a break. You're tearing down your family structure when you can have a female bearing your children, but you won't give her your name. What kind of madness? She's good enough to lay down in pain and suffering. Carry the baby for 9 months. Had a beautiful shape when you met her. Now that she's carrying your child, her body has taken all kind of 8 figures. Is that not love?